Hi, my name is Jason Hendrickson. Um, I wanted to give you a quick testimony about me growing up and going to the Overcomer Center and just my life with in general with God and running away. I grew up in Wisconsin. I got a lot of trouble here, and as a teenager, just all I could do was attract was the cops. I spent most of my life watching porn or drinking alcohol. I started doing both when I was about 13 years old. I um, I witnessed my mom getting, what was I, about 9 years old. I witnessed my mom getting beat up a lot. And every time she brought a new boyfriend in, it was just nothing but an abusive relationship. I witnessed a guy trying to kill her before, and I vowed to always protect my mom. And I thought growing up that that's all I do is just protect her. She became a big alcoholic, real bad, and she would take it out on me. Even though I'm trying to protect her, she just took it out on me. I couldn't handle it anymore, so I had to move out and move in with my grandparents. From there, I went to high school. I fell into the wrong crowd, and I got into witchcraft. Very demonic stuff. I did everything with the Ouija board. I summoned ghosts. I would chase after anything that was demonic. I just wanted everything to do with it. I even went far as to have invited ghosts to be in me, like demonic spirits to be inside of me. I did that for about 5 years. I went to college, and it followed me into college. My alcoholism. I had 3 alcohol poisonings. I had to get rushed to the hospital, and they had to pump all the alcohol out of my system, out of my stomach. When I moved away, I moved to Florida, and it was quiet, but I found a church, and I tried going to church. It wasn't for me. So I eventually left, and I went to Georgia. There, I met my wife. She said in order to be with her, I had to be a Christian. And I said I already gave that once. I tried it once, and it wasn't for me, but for you, I'll try it again. I was trying to be a Christian for my wife. I wasn't being it for me. I wasn't in it for me. I was in it for her. So it was good for 2 or 3 years, but my anger and my alcoholism and my pornography addiction was getting the best of me. So I would take it out on her, and I would take it out on God. I was never physical abusive, but I was verbally abusive. I eventually, it got so bad, she left me about 3 times. We finally had a son. He's 5 years old now, so we had a son 5 years ago. And I thought by then, maybe it'll get better. It just got worse. So the anger kept going and going. And the alcohol was slowing down because I was around my son all the time. But when my wife finally left me, I told her, don't leave me because I'm just going to hit rock bottom. And she still left me because I did nothing but being the worst husband and the worst father that I can be. When she left, I was in North Carolina. We were North Carolina. I eventually did hit rock bottom. I hit it so hard, I ended up losing my job, my career, uh, my house, my car, and everything you can think of in 4 days. It was just all gone. I was homeless. So I turned to a friend of mine, and he led me to Overcomer Center in South Carolina, and so I said, okay, I guess I'll give it a try. I get there, I was already pissed off. I was mad to the world. I was mad at God, mad at myself, mad at everybody. I didn't want nothing to do with anybody. I had lost everything in my life. I came to Overcomer Center with a backpack and a suitcase. That's all I had to my name. They said that I had to stay there for 7 months. And I thought, well, I can't do this. I ended up still giving it a try. I met a guy named Butch after the first month. He introduced me to Christ, to finally Christ. He asked me if I knew who he was, and I said, yeah, I'm a Christian. He said, are you? He was like, who are you for? I said, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm for God. Long story short, he introduced me to Yahweh, to Yeshua, the Jesus I never knew. He said I was in it for my wife. I wasn't in it for me or for God. So I gave myself over to the Lord for me and for God. And I got baptized and I surrendered. My chains broke. I finally realized who Yahweh really was, who Jesus really was, and what all the great and wonderful things he can do in my life. I was a disaster. I was a monster in my life. I didn't care about nobody but me. I was so narcissistic. I was selfish. I was prideful. It was just all about me. But God is the one that came into my life. When I didn't want him, I was Jonah. I wanted nothing to do with God. I wanted to run away. Everything I did was I ran away from God. I blamed him and then I ran away from him. Because it's so easy to blame God. It's so easy to blame the people yet you love. But yet, look at Satan is the one. He's here to kill, and destroy everything in his way. But yet we don't ever blame him. Because it's so easy to blame the guy who created us. Anyway, I learned to love Jesus. But the whole time I was there, I was seeking after a certain love. And I finally found the agape love, Jesus' love. I found a church that I really fell in love with. It's Faith Baptist Church. I got to know a lot of people there, especially Jim Berg. When Jim Berg became my mentor, he taught me so much about my past and about me. And he rescued me from my past, pretty much. If it wasn't for Jim, I wouldn't know what to do right now. And then after I finally graduated from the program, I ended up going to Christ Freedom Home. And from there, I met Ben Franklin, which became a good mentor to me. And it's just one thing after another. My life was spiraling out of control. And it finally came into the control. I learned so many meanings of life and how God made all my crooked paths straight. Because I was going so many different directions. I didn't know where I was. I was so lost. I was in that 99 sheep. I was that one lost sheep that was just staggering around, drunk and lustful. But when God found me and just said, "You're my son." Do you know what that means when somebody says you're my son and that they love you?